Welcome guys to UEFN Academy. Today we will talk about VATs, Vertex Animated Textures in shortcut. Today modern games on Unreal Engine or in Fortnite, they have thousands of animated characters on the screen. How is that possible? There is a problem. Traditional character animation is extremely expensive on CPU. So what if we could just move all this animation work to GPU, graphic card, and render thousands of characters in a single draw call. And today I will show you Vertex animation textures. And VATs make it possible to render a bunch of animated characters and improving performance by huge ton. So what's the problem? The traditional approach. Traditional approach is skinned mesh animations. So if I go here, right, we have this animation sequence. This is traditional approach. We have animation, and each animated character requires a draw call, an animator update, dozens of bones being updated every frame, and every single frame, each bone is updated. Can you imagine, like, this load on CPUs is so huge. So to solve this, we move animation entirely to GPU, to graphic card. Vertex animation textures. Instead of calculating each bone transform on CPU, we bake vertex position in those textures you see here, and we animate geometry without bones or animators. So the GPU loves this kind of work, and it scales insanely well. So I'm not going to get you into the details. I will leave a link in the description where you can learn about VATs and whole documentation. You can spend loads of time learning about this, and I really recommend this. But we will get straight to the point today. So you will learn how to create VATs and how all those huge creators who gets most of players on the entire Fortnite, on entire UEFN, like Furnace and Panville and all of them, they are hiding some secret from us. So this is VATs. So not much people are talking about this. You won't see any tutorial on YouTube about VATs in UEFN. So it's time to reveal this actually, and let's get started. But the question is, why would you use VATs if you don't care much about performance? Because maybe you will be using just a couple of characters. So currently the requirement, if you want to use scene graph, you cannot use blueprints. So the only way to use scene graph and get animations is to use static mesh. You cannot put any blueprint here. And if you want to have animations, you need to animate static mesh. There is no other way possible. And what gives you scene graph? Scene graph gives you much more possibility and customization. You can spawn your entities, you can spawn your prefab brain rods, and you can do whatever you like with them. You can customize them, you can interact with them. You don't need to manually spawn some buttons or some billboards above them. Your one single entity, one single brain rod can do anything and can display anything, and also have animation at the same time. So this is much better way, and also it's optimized than using blueprints. And that's also a professional way how other creators do it, how the biggest creators do it. So I recommend you to not stick with blueprints, jump directly into scene graph, get VATs done, and you will have much more professional map. How to start? You need to get yourself Unreal Engine. I'm using this version 5.7.1. Then when you open the engine, you need to go into plugins, you need to go into animation, then you need to get yourself Anim to texture version 2.1. After this, restart your game engine and get back to the editor. When you click on this, you want to check plugin content and engine content. Then here you will have Anim to texture plugin. You can look around here. You have bunch of examples. And those material functions is the heart of this mechanic, of this plugin. So we will be using all of those. Then we have data. We'll be using DA bone animation. We have here some examples. We will be also using this BP anim to texture. You can use them as they are. So here I have this copy paste sample. And this is basically what I'm using in my workflow. So let's create some simple animation. So here is my package of 40 licensed brain rods. You can get them on Patreon. So let's get started with some character. Let's take Flurry Flura. So here in my package, you will find animations and rig, single file animation game ready. And in this one FBX, we have all the mesh needed and all the animations just in a single file, so we can simply import it. So here I will add new folder, anim.tx, Flurry Flura. Now I will just drag FBX here, import. Now I will take my copy paste sample. I will put it here. As you see, those you can recognize from the plugin. I will go now into the skeletal mesh and I will make a static mesh. I will change my sample material into the Flura bone. I will open this material. This is how it looks like. So we have this material function from the plugin. It's really simple setup. Then we have this material attributes. So we have this box checked out. Then I will just assign the texture. So this is our material. Let's create material instance. Just a quick note here how to create this copy sample. So those two are from the plugin itself. This material, I will just show it to you. This is from the plugin. This is our main output. So just check use material attribute. Here, this is make material attribute. You will find it here. And here we have a texture. So when you have this material, just drag your texture, this texture to your box here. And how to create those three textures. This is the texture render target. And then you need to click create static texture. You can delete this one. And then this one is ready to use in those files from the plugin. So you can just rename it and that's ready to use. Let's get our static mesh now into the scene. Let's give it our material instance. Now we need to modify the blueprint. So this is the blueprint I'm using. It's also from the plugin. Here I will drag the bone animation. And here I will assign our newly created material instance. Compile, close it. Now DA bone animation. Here I will put textures which will be used for a sample to bake in animation. So I'm putting rotation, weight, make sure that it's correctly, so all the paths are correct. Here I have max height and max width, set it to 2048. This is limitation for UEFN, so don't put it higher than that. Now I will drag the animation here, skeletal mesh, and I will add the static mesh here. Now I will add animation sequence, which I want to bake in. So I will get the idle animation, another idle animation, working and running. So now I will do the magic. So I will run the plugin, run the blueprint, which will bake in the textures, animation into textures. And as you see now, our textures got our all the coordinates and all the position, weights and rotation. It's baked into those textures. And our character got the animations. So That's really simple workflow. But we are now in Unreal Engine. So how possibly can we get it into UEFN and expect it to work? Yes, so there is simple solution. So we need a couple of things to migrate. So we will take material, instance, we'll take our textures, and we'll take static mesh. We don't need anything else. So now we'll click migrate, asset actions, migrate, save it. Now we want to migrate it to our UEFN. As you see, I'm in Fortnite projects, VATs tutorial. Select folder. Now we go into UEFN. And here we have our character. So when we drag it, it doesn't work. Nothing works here actually. So first thing, we assign material instance and magically it starts working. But the thing is, if you compile this and if you push it, you will have a bunch of errors and it won't work. And I can see like at this point, we'll just give up. People try to do it like for a couple of days and they just give up. So solution for this error is actually that, and the issue of this error is that actually you have still references to Unreal Engine. And we are working now in UEFN. So we need to redo everything UEFN way. So all the references to Unreal Engine needs to be gone. So here I have the Vertex functions. Those are migrated from Unreal Engine. So I want to get into Flura, into material, and I want to delete what was created by Unreal Engine. So this is material function bone animation, and I want to create my new material function call, which has a reference to this project. So I do it like this. So we don't have any more references to Unreal Engine. We have reference to UEFN now. So each time I create a character, I'm doing a check-in because this can make some really bad things to your project. So always check it in. So now when I change this material, I will compile it. I will launch session. I will make it private, save it. And as you see, all projects are up to date. We successfully started game. Unfortunately, we have a couple of issues, couple of warnings, because our textures are too big. So if I go here, for example, for the first models are created here. If you see here at the dimensions, it's 2500 by 4. This is not allowed for UEFN. So make sure that in Unreal Engine, when you go into the DA bone animation, you have here the limit to 2048. Otherwise, you will get error or warnings. You might be wondering now, how do you change animations in the game? So dynamically, how would you change animation going from one to another? And everything in VATs works by frames. So we have for example, from 0 to 100, we have one animation, and from 100 to 200, we have second animation. So if I go here into this avocado gorilla, or maybe I will just take our Flura. And if I go here in our material instance, here we have the end frame and start frame, and those are the first animations we have. So we can check the time frames here on DA bone. And when we expand this animations box here, we have all the frames for our animations. So this is your hook point. So you want to save this, you want to remember this, or you want to make a screenshot of that because you will be using this in the game. So if you want to animate those characters dynamically, I have prepared some code. So this is animation controller I created. And basically I'm just spawning entity, and I have here on change animation function. So I'm just getting mesh component out of the prefab, and I'm getting the reference to material. And then I'm just setting material start frame and end frame. Then I have here current animation, field, and I'm just looping. Whenever I click on the trigger, I'm just looping throughout the animations. So I will be just changing animation dynamically based on this current animation number. Here I have exposed modules. If I go here into the entity prefabs, here I have just animated avocado gorilla. I have just static mesh here. So when we get into the game and I click on the trigger, as you see, the animations change. Basically what I'm doing, I'm just changing the start and end frames. So you can get this pack of brainrot from my package on Patreon. And you can also get all of those functions and sample from my Patreon as well. Otherwise, you just need to copy this or migrate this from Unreal Engine. If you get into some validation errors, try to run fixup. If it still doesn't work, try run project again, restart it, delete everything, and try to add it again. Eventually, it will start working. Remember to remove all references from Unreal Engine and change the references to UEFN. One more thing, you will quickly notice that some animations look really bad from the distance. And the fix for that is that we should go into the material, we should go into the static mesh, and we should uncheck Lerp UVs, save changes. Also, make sure that number of LEODs is 1. So if I go now from distance, as you see, this is much better. So we have still those models left. So I will just go into Cappuccino Assassino, static mesh, and just change it, apply. And as you see now, it looks perfect from distance. That's been all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can join my Discord and Patreon, and also subscribe to the channel and like the video. It helps me a lot. You can get this amazing Survive Lava for Brainrot map available on my Patreon. I'm running a sale now, and I will see you guys very soon in the future videos. So take care and bye. And let's see on my map how far can I jump. Let's buy a bunch of free birds. Oh yeah. If you ever reach Rebirth 9 or more on my map, then write to me and send me screenshot. I will have some surprise for you. And see you in the next videos. Bye.